So look, folks, there's a full moon on the 25th of November, and it squared the USA Rising sign. And you know, I'm back here right now on November 21st, and a strange thing. And you already know a bunch of stuff that's happened that I don't. And one thing is clear: that full moon on the 25th of November extends through your Christmas holiday, when it's going to get pretty weird too. I got more to say about that. But I think first we should go after the sky mirror and let's find out what the day-to-day stuff is like, you know, in your life. I drew up a chart for you. This is just a picture of the sky, you know. I put Aries rising on it, and here's where the planets are all around the Earth. Here's where the sun is now, and the moon is moving up there to hit the sun, which we call a new moon, which you're about to have. It's at 19 degrees of Sagittarius. Trines Uranus will go back to liking and taking care of the homeless again. And we'll see whether we can make peace with Mars, because Mars is over here and he's angry and he's opposing Uranus and it's squaring Pluto, and there's a hint of violence in the air, huh? Anyway, we're going to run the moon around this planetary pattern. I see these as people, you know. Here's Saturn, here's the judge. A judge just stopped the construction of the big telescope. Hooray for this judge. Another judge just stopped the authorities from destroying all the belongings of the homeless. They're rousting off the streets in Honolulu. Hooray for the judge. Saturn can be a good guy. That's who that Santa Claus is, you know. He's Saturn. Yep. Well, anyway, if you're on a Thursday night show, you're getting some good vibes here. Here's a trine to Uranus and a sextile to Mars. The heroes are out, feeling pretty good. The new moon is early in the morning Friday. It's a good time to kind of retrench and renew things and get a new plan. I always tell people that, you know, the sun and moon, the dance they do together, when the moon, the mother, comes around, joins the father once a month, and they make a new plan for the next coming month. And when mom and dad make a plan, it's good for a month. They're going to see it through. When the moon goes all the way around and opposes the sun, then they argue a little bit and they might adjust the plan some and make a different plan. But upshot is, good time for planning. This one trines Uranus. Take care of the technical things, get physical stuff done. And if I were you, I would be prepared just in case for that Christmas hurricane or shortly after Christmas. And that means that, Friday, December 11th, you got the word from your astrologer to get out and fix some things that might fly around and be prepared for high winds. Now, it's not a sure bet. It could be the other people that are getting the quakes and the high winds and all that sudden interruption in their lives, because it's on the 7th house in the astrocartography. I'll show you when we're done here. Anyway, this is the time to get some work done, to go out and at least, you know, decide what boards you're going to nail to what windows and have them handy. It's good planning, new moon. Excellent. It does square Jupiter a little bit. There's a song I kept playing the other day about clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, and here I am in the middle again. There's a little feeling like that. Too many clowns around, too many people pumping it up on this new moon, but you know, there's constructive work getting done anyway. And you'll feel it all Friday. I like Friday the 11th. Yeah. There's Friday night you can talk it over. There's a nice conjunction to Mercury, and you'll find yourself talking about all the things that you learned Thursday night and Friday morning. You mean Santa Claus was a doctor that brought medicine to the North people through their rooftop entrances? Yep. And a tree to make a better odor in that Little cabin. Well, enough. Do you know that Captain Cook and his boys would brew beer from spruce branches? I just learned that reading Captain Cook. Interesting. They brew beer from almost anything. Well, that's Neptune, isn't it? Saturday, the moon's in Capricorn. It goes into Capricorn after dinner on Friday, and you'll feel when it does because there'll be a sense of urgency. When that moon shifts into Capricorn here, instead of this wonderful planning and individuality and let's get things fixed kind of feeling you had on Friday, suddenly there'll be a sense of urgency. You'll have to talk it over late Friday night. And on Saturday, with the moon in early Capricorn, you're getting close to the Pluto thing. Eek! Sirens, panicky stuff. It's a square to Mars. You know, it's got a real physical component to it. And some people are going to get angry and be overprotective. So you're going to have to, you know, ask yourself what you're protecting. This is, another old book popped out. You know what I found in it? This is a poster they had in London during the Blitz. And I think it's all about Pluto. There's mass bombing. And who's the bombers in the world? Well, the air forces of the big civilized nations. We're the terrorist bombers. What a funny thing, huh? We label them bombers. And, of course, we don't have to suicide. We sit up there at 60,000 feet or in drones and bomb the little creatures on the ground. Excuse me. Moon in Capricorn, huh? I'm a Capricorn. I have a wry sense of wit about these things. But you'll be up late Saturday night, and people will have a lot of overprotectiveness, possible irritation, and it'll happen suddenly, and it goes into Sunday morning, and I'm not sure what the panic is about. You know, keep calm, carry on. Eek a bug Saturday night. Eek a siren, eek a policeman. Not a good time. If I were a policeman, I'd leave my gun home. There's another one. Oh, I shot the guy because he was trying to get my gun. Good heavens. Guns, Pluto. It settles down Sunday. The moon's still in Capricorn, late Capricorn here. But you get, you know, a trine to Jupiter, and there's some new information and some new wisdom comes along, helps you through the, wow, what happened to us last night and this morning? That's the kind of feeling. On Monday, the moon goes into Aquarius. The vibes change entirely. Things seem to settle down a bit. On Monday night, there's a sextile to Saturn. You can do some solid planning. It's a square to Venus. You might have to give up some pleasures and some money and some sweets. But to get the security, you can give up some pleasure, can't you? Tuesday morning, the moon's still in Aquarius. After breakfast, there's a sextile to Uranus and a trine to Mars, and there's brotherhood, and there's this, let's get things done. Here's another opportunity for you on Tuesday, the 15th, to plan for that Christmas, that possible hurricane around Christmas. Do some planning. It's not your normal Christmas at all. Lay in some supplies. Yeah, make sure you got flashlight batteries and, you know, extra rice. Most of all, get your hammer or your nail out and get everything set up so that, you know, you can do some work quickly. And anything that might be flying around in the wind, you know, or might be shaken loose, take it off the high shelf. You'll feel good about what you did Tuesday night. There's a sextile to the sun. Wow, we got a lot done here on Tuesday, December 15th. The heroes were out. Everybody was fixing stuff. It's a good feeling. On Wednesday morning, you're still feeling that way until breakfast. And after breakfast, the moon shifts into Pisces. And you're in the world of Neptune. Doctor, doctor, doctor. And here, your astrologer's a little embarrassed because I thought this would be liquids. And here it is, dengue fever. And a lot of cloudy information that people don't understand. You got to Google dengue fever. Go Dr. Lauren Pan's a public health guy like me, and he'll give you the straight poop on dengue. It's not the big fearful thing what? Spray the schools? Don't spray those schools. You know that young girls, Venus, have all the eggs in their body they will ever have for all their life. So you can pesticide a little boy, and in a month he's got new sperm. But if you pesticide a little girl, you're poisoning all her kids for all of her life. So what bright authority decided to spray our schools in fear of dengue fever? Most people that get dengue, they get a little fever for a day and that's it. And then they're immune. That's all. Few get the bad symptoms, very few. Anyway, panic, misinformation, confusion. You could have some water problems here. Whatever they are, it's going to put a lot of stuff on hold because Saturn's squaring Neptune, and it doesn't seem like there's any responsibility for this stuff at all. Don't count on the Department of Health. No. Learned that many, many times. So it's Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening when the moon squares Saturn. Well, first it conjuncts Neptune. Oh, turn on the music, And then it squares Saturn, and it turns out it's too cold for music. Late, probably after midnight, there is a sextile to Mercury, and so you can get some communication done. The kids are a little happier. On Thursday morning, moon's still in Pisces, and there's a sextile to Pluto, and you discover new stuff. What do you mean it's not in the mosquitoes? No, the dengue is in the people. A mosquito just bites a person, carries it over to another person. People are the vectors here. Do your homework. Be a good Sherlock Holmes. No, doctor, push a pill. Spray it. No. Just give everybody a bottle of DEET, and they will apply it. And if the mosquitoes don't bite people, dengue will just go away in a month. It only lasts for a couple weeks in a mosquito. Did you know that? No, you're not being told nothing, huh? It's terrible, the misinformation going on. The doctors are all frozen because they're afraid. Afraid if they speak out, some authority will take their job or their rice bowl will decrease. No, it's tough time. But Neptune is mucking it up in Hawaii, that's for certain. And you'll find out more about it Thursday morning with a moon sextile Pluto. By Thursday night, there's an opposition to Jupiter. Too much. Clowns and jokers all around, and a square to the sun. You're not going to get anything done Thursday night or Friday morning. Friday morning is the moon squaring the sun. And mother and father can't agree at all. So not much gets done on Friday. The moon shifts into Aries just before lunch, and it has a different feeling again. And as you approach Friday night, you're moving up to the Uranus thing. Ooh, and the square to Pluto, and the same old policemen and guns, and eek a bug, panic, isolation. What do you mean the policeman shot 4 homeless people? I don't know. People, this is not your normal thing. Here's Mercury. See, you get sucked into some security Saturday morning. Because here's a trine to Saturn. Oh, government will take care of it. We're all organized. Then you hear different in the middle of the day with the square to Mercury. And then there's a square to Pluto, and there's a panicky feeling, and there's sirens, and then there's a conjunction to Uranus. And we feel isolated and alone, and the media is, strange things are going on. And finally, there's an opposition to Mars, and everybody's ticked off at the young men, and we're all overprotective and angry. What a lousy Saturday. It starts with sirens and ends with angriness. And it isn't until, after breakfast, just around lunchtime on Sunday, that the moon shifts into Taurus. And there's a nice trine to the sun. And Father says, calm down. Keep calm. Carry on. Well, Sunday night, here we're late. This is actually 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, Monday, the 21st, and there's a nice sextile to Neptune, and you can make friends with religion again. Hey, you know, how many Christians, evangelicals, Jews have ever read the Quran? How many? What is this Neptune thing? Doctor, doctor, priest, priest. Have they ever read the Quran? It's kind of doubtful. Does an MD have any knowledge of a dengue fever epidemic? It's doubtful. But they'll give you a pill, won't they? Yes, sir.